The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's been a hard day on the tools. Lads haven't even had a chance to talk about
Silly Sisters.
At school, we've been learning a lot of pointless dribble. Finally, I get to learn about
Silly Sisters.
It's been a hard day being Kerry Ann Kennelly too, and thank God it's 3 o'clock and I can concentrate on one thing.
Pull up a pew and talk about Silly Sisters with us.
Thank you, Hamish and Andy's happy hour.
Pleasure. Good afternoon, everyone. Hamish and Andy with you for another happy hour. This is the show where we do one topic per day, hopefully to get through every topic before we pass away.
And we're tracking well, doing one a day today. Silly Sisters, we have done on the show before. Was it Annoying Brothers or Stupid Brothers?
Stupid Brothers
we've done. Silly Sisters. Now we'll round out the sibling-based topics.
Absolutely.
So we do Smart Sisters.
Would you say that people coming in at hamishandy.com/topics mainly have just written in stories about how their sister have done idiotic behaviour? A good chance to bag out your sister coming up shortly.
Just sister venting. So much sister venting.
We've compiled a lot of them, and it seems like girls are more inclined to bag out their sisters than boys.
True, boys are a bit more protective about their sister.
Yeah.
However, there's one boy we know that has a sister. It's your father boy.
Yes.
It's your dad. His sister has featured on the show before. We've managed to fool her with a bit of phone trickery.
Yes.
We want to fool her again.
We're going to try and go for round 2. If she falls for this as well, yes, she can definitely go into the category of Silly Sisters. Today's topic is Silly Sisters. We're thanking everybody from getting involved at hamishandy.com/topics.
Only way to get in the show, it's people's show.
Yep.
Let us know what the people are thinking.
Haim, one thing we wanted to kick it off with is we wanted to see whether my dad has a silly sister.
History would suggest he does.
Yes. We've managed to trick her before on the phone with an automated prank. For those who missed it, probably many of you or don't remember, it's about 5 years ago.
Jeez, I'd be really impressed if you remember it.
This is how it went down.
Okay, to have a $50 donation debited from your phone bill, simply press any key or just hang up.
I don't want to. No.
Right, so from time to time,
Yes.
we do enjoy building a little automated system. They're the most annoying thing you can ever get called by. We've got another one today, and with a federal election looming,
Yes.
we notice that often it's the government or sort of marketing people that use these automated systems. With the federal election looming,
We're going to call up my auntie, her name's Marita, and say that there is a pre-election polling situation, which is all automated. We'll ask her stance. As soon as she names Kevin Rudd or Tony Abbott, we'll confirm it for the other. So she hopefully can get a little riled up.
and will she believe that we've given away everyone's constitutional right to a fair and impartial ballot
Yes.
in exchange for just phone voting like Idle?
It seems to get even sillier later on when we offer her a sausage that the automated response person does. If she doesn't pick up on it by then, we'll jump in, Ham, and announce to her that, you haven't passed the test.
You're now wearing the silly hat.
Yes. You ready to go, Cackling Jack? You've got all the buttons? Good luck, everyone.
Hello, this is a message from the Australian Federal Government. We are currently trialling for a pre-election phone voting system. Please clearly state your vote for either Kevin Rudd or Tony Abbott after the tone.
Tony Abbott.
Thank you. You have voted for Kevin Rudd. Is this
No, I
correct?
haven't. No. Tony Abbott.
Thank you. Would you like to make this your official vote for the election so you don't have to go to the polls?
No.
You have said yes. You realise this means you may not be able to get a sausage on the day. Please leave your address after the tone to have a sausage sent to your residence.
Get stuff.
Marita, we've got you. We've got you again.
Marina, if that was the system, would you register to get a sausage couriered out to you?
Definitely. way.
Yeah, so that's one of the best things about voting.
How are you, Reets?
I'm good, darling. I've just been up to see Mum.
Oh, lovely stuff. Well, sorry to bother you on a day with silliness.
The topic was silly sisters, so we thought we'd incorporate you.
But we really appreciate you being part of the show.
No worries. Thanks, Al.
We're sending you a sausage.
Okay, I'm expecting it.
Bye. Haim, sometimes we have, it's one topic per day on this show.
Yeah.
Today the topic is silly sisters.
A flood of sisterly silliness came in because, well, anyone that has a sister really just obviously wants to bag them out, it seemed, and really categorise and catalogue a lot of the silly behaviour that sisters can do.
So we thought we'd just try and rip through, I don't know, half a dozen of
As many
them.
as we could. Some of the classics we've been sent this week.
Yeah.
A bit of My Sister's Silly Because...
My sister's silly because...
Here's one. She crashed her car in cruise control because she thought the steering and the brakes were also taken care of in cruise control. So it was glided at probably 60 or 70 k's an hour into something that wasn't moving.
My sister is silly because...
She thinks Australia floats, and she's 22.
Oh, no.
And her name is Beck Dowling, everyone.
My sister's silly because...
She jumped off the roof because she thought she was a witch. Which I love because it means one of two things. Either she's under the notion that witches can fly and she jumped off with a broom, or she, as they did in medieval times, thought the witches need to be put to death. So went, I'm a witch. I've got to do the right thing. I've got to hurt this witch.
My sister's silly because...
These are all coming in, we should point out, at hamishnetty.com/topics, but she's silly because she kicked a wall and broke her foot 2 days before the driving test and still doesn't have her licence 3 years on.
That's a hard
And
kick.
I wish I had her full name. I would have given that out as well.
My sister is silly because...
She was putting fake nails on and flicked nail glue in her eye. And then the happy lassie that's written this and it said, I only found out later because I was house sitting a mansion.
My sister's silly because...
She dug up our dead canaries to show a friend.
I hope that was sent in by a cat and the sister was also a cat.
Today the topic is silly sisters.
Certainly is.
Hey, we're about to talk to a lady who's going to talk of a silly sister with a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Happy lassie Elizabeth, contact the show, hamishnetty.com/topics. Elizabeth, talk us through your silly sister, the one that you mentioned in your correspondence.
Hey, guys. Well, my sister, I have 5 siblings.
Yikes.
And, yeah, we thought we needed another one, so we made up a fake sister called Esther, who's pretty much the most boring person in the world. And she's got straight hair and she's an accountant. And she always skips family functions, and we sort of blame her for bad Christmas presents and stuff. And
So why did you decide that you needed?
Where did she come from?
A fake sister in there as well.
Basically, we just thought we needed another one, and also she's great to, if you miss a family function, you can use her as a bit of an excuse.
Just a scapegoat. So you've really concocted the perfect scapegoat.
Yeah, pretty much. Like. Last year I didn't give a very good present to my sister for her birthday, but, Esther didn't even give one, so trump that.
So there you go. So you'll then go to your sister, well, it can't be that bad because Esther didn't give me one.
Exactly.
How much does this extend? Do people out there now believe that Esther exists at all? Not obviously direct family members, but others?
Well, we considered making a Facebook profile. We thought it might look a little bit insane.
Yep. How do you think Esther, if she did exist, would feel about this?
Well, she's just so boring that she wouldn't really care, to be honest.
Well, we'll be able to ask her herself because she joins us now on the phone. We've managed to track down your sister. Esther, are you there?
Hello? I'm not that bad.
Hi, Esther.
You never invite me to anything. I've got feelings. I know I'm not normally the life of the party, but...
Well, you didn't even come to my 21st.
I didn't know where it was.
Well, it's at home. That was a bit low.
Fair enough. You ever come to any of my parties?
Yeah, and I didn't even get an invite to your wedding, so...
Oh, well, we were tight on numbers for that one. So obviously, and Darren doesn't like you. That's my husband. I'd love you to meet him, but obviously...
Well, Esther, why doesn't Darren like Elizabeth?
Just doesn't like it. He thinks you're a little bit of a snob. Not my words, Liz. I love you. I'd love to get to know you more.
That's a bit harsh, but, you know, maybe if you take me out, we can talk about it.
I'd love to take you out, but I've broken both my legs.
Okay, all right. It's okay.
Would you wheel Esther around, Elizabeth, if that happened?
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. There's only so much a sister can do.
Well, listen, I mean, I feel like I put in as much as I can for the family, but I really feel like I'm cut out a lot.
Well, you're just the boring one. You're a bit of a black sheep.
Bit of feedback for you there.
Yeah, I am getting that message. Well, look, as I always say to our mum, Gloria, I'm doing my best.
Elizabeth, what's your mum?
What is our mum's name again?
Kay.
Damn.
That's probably why she's upset with you, mate.
Gloria's never responded.
Elizabeth, sorry for putting you in a very strange situation where you finally had to be in front of your made-up sister who you
I know, I'm a little bit disturbed.
I want a slice of the will.
What would you give Esther in the will out of anything of your possessions? What can you promise her right now?
Look, you'll get invited to Christmas.
There you go.
Oh, great, I'll take it.
That's in the will. You've got to bring your will. You've got to promise for an invite.
I've got to wait till one of the parents goes till I can come. Oh, well, kitchen chairs are very expensive. I wouldn't want to take up a valuable chair.
Elizabeth, thank you for joining us.
No worries.
I love you, sis.
Love you, sis.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
It's the happy hour, Hamish and Andy. Hey, I mean... Just off topic a little bit for Silly Sisters, but certainly on topic for fun and friendly is Amy.
It's not off topic at all, Ando, because Amy, the girl from the Amy ads on TV, has a silly sister, Jenny.
She's not the silly one?
She is silly,
but
Amy won't insure her.
Wow, that's how silly.
That's how silly she's got, because she was getting a good rate because she was Amy's sister. And they just went, mate, you're having a lot. You're just crashing every day. Yeah. You're just lighting things on fire. We're not going to shoot you
Amy
anymore.
then encourage that sister if, say, Amy, the girl Amy, not the company, had a mother or a grandmother or any parent that has comprehensive car insurance, would she encourage Jenny to go and do the safe driver's course?
They would normally, but it's for under 25s, and Jenny's 28 now. And that's often what they say to her. They're like, you should know better,
just
Jenny.
An old dowdy driver that...
doing a lot of silly things. Yeah. But anyone else that's got a parent or grandparent that's got comprehensive car insurance, if you're under 25, you can do the course.
Yeah, the course is free, actually.
And one of the first things they show you is a video of Jenny. And just don't be this girl.
That part's not true, but the course is true. And you might get 10% off up to the age of 25 of your car insurance if you pass the course.
Chuck a bit of check the website out for details in there, because I feel like we've said a lot of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
We're flying off memory here. So feels like what we said was true, but definitely check their website.
Amy, your website is PDS there. Today, the topic, Cam, is Silly Sisters. Until we go through all 27 trillion topics, we'll keep doing this show, and thank you for your correspondence. Johnny Dougall-Bass.
How are you, John?
Has emailed in, and he says, Silly Sisters, a.k.a. misbehaving witty nuns.
That is one interpretation. We will always take any interpretation of the topic.
You know, he goes on to say, well, we haven't had many nun movies for a while.
That's right.
These things obviously go in cycles. I suppose we're possibly going to get a reboot soon of the gritty film Sister Act.
Yeah.
Maybe Christopher Nolan could bring out a Dark Nun Rises.
Okay.
Which is what he suggested.
Narnia?
Yeah.
We had Narnia recently. We could have Narnia. Slip a few nuns into Narnia. I suppose they go through the wardrobe and all it is a land of nuns.
When you and I were younger, Ham, it was Nuns on the Run.
Nuns on the Run was a huge film in the 80s.
Which was
two blokes dressed as nuns, but still really good.
Well, they had, I think, robbed a bank and ended up during the chase inside a convent.
And they jumped in a convent and they must have convinced the sisters.
Quickly put the outfits on and convinced
Actually, no. Or were they in witness protection?
One of the two.
Because I think there was some level of convincing the sisters, you can't dob us in. That's one of your rules. You have to...
Yeah, right.
I don't know if one of the rules of the church is you have to look after criminals, but I think one of the rules is, you can't judge us, so help us out.
Yeah.
And hence they became Nuns on the Run. Sister Act 1, 2, 3, 4 to 8. There was a lot of Sister Act films.
Yep.
It is about time, though. I can't think of any other nun films that have appeared.
No.
Until we had a great idea for a name of a film, only a couple of hours ago, so don't hold us too tightly to it. Introducing a smash hit film. Don't know if it's comedy yet or a thriller.
I think it's a comedy.
Maybe a sort of a buddy comedy. None the Wiser.
Yeah.
Great title.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Well, it's a great title because it fills the hole. Nuns on the Run and Sister Act have finished.
We know that there is obviously a thirst for nun-type films. I can't think of a nun film that's failed. They've all been huge hits. And we haven't...
Even, I suppose, I haven't seen Passion of the Christ, but I bet a nun popped up in that.
Yeah.
And that took in almost $1 billion at the box office.
Actually, I don't think a nun would have, because obviously...
I suppose, he has to
nuns are
invent
dedicated.
Got to invent their religion before
people can follow it.
People might have just been wearing that outfit casually before it came to mean something.
But so the way we thought we'd do this is we love you.
There's probably some saints popped up in that. So,
Yeah.
But no, you're right. It doesn't get to be included on the nun film list. With Nuns on the Run, Sister Act, and now None the Wiser.
None the Wiser. Email us in. Who do you think should star in None the Wiser?
Yep. And some suggested plot lines.
Yep. I mean,
because here's what we're going to do. We'll put this out there. It now becomes the property of the people. It's a people's show. Build this film. We'll come back to it next week. Will we give it a week?
Does it have Robin Williams dressed as an elderly nun and no one knows? No one knows that he is actually a male.
I like to think it has the line in the promo somewhere of two professors stumble upon something they shouldn't have.
Yeah, right.
So sort of that's where the wiser bit comes in there. So they're very smart guys that have to become nuns for some reason.
Oh, so you're saying that...
Maybe it's a bit too close to Nuns on the Run.
Well, I was thinking more like there's a nun, but no one knows he's not a nun, which is very similar to Nuns on the Run as well. and Mrs. Doubtfire.
We just keep rewriting Nuns on the Run. Which is a film no one's seen in 20 years. No, but this is why we need your help, because clearly we're not cut out for this.
Who should act in it? What should be the plot line?
Well, is it musical? Give us a sample scene. You don't have to give us the whole plot. If you just sit down to brainstorm a few things, and maybe a scene comes up, maybe the ending, maybe just a shootout, and we'll try and work it into other people's ideas.
None the Wiser.
All we know is the title of the film, None the Wiser. We need everything else. We will put it up as one of the topics for next week. We'll dedicate a whole show to creating the hit new film.
A whole show.
Yeah, let's give it a show. None the Wiser. And look, I don't want to promise anything here, but there may be a gold-coloured watch up for grabs for very good contributions. You'd certainly think there might be a coaster or two given away.
If you get 3 good suggestions, you might even walk away with a sombrero.
You could get a hat trick. Very unlikely, but legally we have to mention it.
Hell of a day as work here, Ham, on the topic of silly sisters, but always time for one more, I'd imagine.
And this came in from Happy Lassie Maddie, but it's in relation to something that her older sister did. Her older sister, Em, is certain that Maddie was the favourite of the family. There's 3 girls. She decided to get proof, so she started a book and kept a log of when Maddie, the youngest, was favoured. Deciding to approach
Was
the
she being
issue...
honest, though, to herself? I mean...
Deciding to approach the issue of favouritism with a scientific method.
Yeah.
Joining us on the phone is the bookkeeper, Emily. How you going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Emily, I love this idea.
How long was the favouritism diary kept for, Emily?
A couple of months, and then I gave up.
So what would be outlined within the book? You thought that your sister was getting a better
Special
run?
treatment?
Yeah, pretty much. I was sick of Mum not believing that she was a favourite, so I decided to get proof.
If you could put this in a PowerPoint, you thought, I will sway the board here and they'll believe me.
So what would be enough to get it in the book?
It was sort of just constant occurrence that she would get picked over me, pretty much. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to write
Picked
this
for
down.
what? Did you guys play sports? Or was it, guys, guess what, tonight only one of you is having Maccas?
Front seat was a big one.
Yeah.
Front seat selection. That's usually given to the top draft pick of the children.
Yep. But normally the oldest gets the front seat.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So that would go in the book.
And Maddie writes in her correspondence to us that you would often yell out, "That's going in the book." So did you have the book on you at all times?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, but I should have. But then it just became a family joke from then on.
So it was a
Yeah.
pretty corrupt experiment.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
you've heard this here first, everybody.
I think Andy's trying to say that Maddie's his favourite.
Yeah.
Hey, Emily, thanks very much for joining us.
No worries.
So we've got time for this happy hour. Thank you very much for being with us. HamishNanny.com/topics, Ham, for anything you may have missed. The podcast is always there, obviously, without songs, out ads.
Who do you think's Grumpy Dave's favourite?
Me.
Out of you and me. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm probably right up there.
Really?
I bring him an Apple every day. An Apple computer. I bring him a Mac. I bring him a
impressive.
MacBook Pro every day.
If that was true,
What
that
do you
would
do?
be impressive.
I'm in millions of dollars of debt. But I'm trying to be his favourite.
Yeah, right.
It would be disappointing if you still had...
Just call him then occasionally. Or
He likes you better than me because I'm too keen.
Could be. I mean, if you think Macintosh every day, every single day for the last 2 years, too keen, that's fine, man.
No, I just noticed he was using a computer once. So I thought it would be a good present for him. He's obviously into them.
Hey, tonight on Channel 9, there's no gap year, everybody. Big Brother starts, so we should point out that our TV show's got a week off, returning at 7 p.m. the week after, though.
That's a very important thing to tell everyone you've ever met.
Yeah.
When Gap Year returns next week, it's now earlier at the better time, the more prestigious slot of 7 p.m. at night.
But have a night off.
Have a week off. Have a week off and enjoy Big Brother.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Or just do your own thing. See ya.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.